here's JB Biunno.
Another banner plane flying over the home of the Laundries. Here in Northport, Florida, you can see here the plane arriving a short time ago. And that plane flying the banner with a message, "End the silence. Justice for Gabby." Hey there, everybody. JB Biunno here with you live on WFLA Now. A quiet morning so far in the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie story here and the search for Brian Laundrie here, but we're here with you live from outside of the Laundrie home again in Northport, Florida, as a banner plane has just arrived. Some details here for you as well. This banner plane being paid for by a group on TikTok, that organized by Justin on TikTok, the same group that flew the banner plane last week here over the home of Chris and Roberta Laundrie here in Northport, Florida. Let's go full screen here and everybody can see the message here for themselves. You can see it reads, "End the silence. Justice for Gabby." Picking up where we left off in our last WFLA Now live stream yesterday, of course, that being Thursday, October 7th, we had Chris Laundrie, Brian Laundrie's father, arriving at the Carlton Reserve, spending about 2 to 3 hours there at the Carlton Reserve, assisting in the search efforts there. We were informed that he was there to kind of point out some of the spots that Brian was known to hike, some of the spots that Brian was known to stop at, or some of the areas that he liked to be at the Carlton Reserve. It was a very brief trip relative to, of course, how much time the FBI has spent there at the Carlton Reserve. And now here we are a day later, quiet mostly here today, other than now the loud sound here of the plane flying overhead, the banner plane here paid for by a group on TikTok, as we're here live outside of the home here of Brian Laundrie. As we're here live on WFLA Now here, we're going to see a lot of this banner plane making the rounds here, quite literally, over the house of Chris and Roberta Laundrie here. You can see it says, "End the silence, justice for Gabby" here. What we're going to do is we can feature some of your comments. Let's just have a little bit of a conversation here with you folks on WFLA Now. We're live only on today here on WFLA.com, the WFLA app, as well as on Facebook Live here. So we'll look here in the Facebook Live comment section. We'll try to feature some of the comments here out of the Facebook Live comment section. For those of you who have been here with us before, you know how this works. You can use the hashtag here on your screen. It's just me, so it's hashtag HeyJB. And if you use hashtag HeyJB, we can animate your comment here on screen. If you would like for us to just not include your comment here on screen, just don't use the hashtag and we'll let your comments scroll on by. Kelsey Christine, hashtag HeyJB. Is the bullhorn lady still out there? I have not seen any demonstrations going on here at the house here today, outside of the Laundrie home here. There have been demonstrations here outside of this home, outside of Cassie Laundrie's home in Lakewood Ranch. But right now, have not seen any demonstrations going on here. Let's go to some of the other comments here. I'll look now for your hashtag HeyJB comments here in the Facebook Live comment section. We'll try to bring some of them in to WFLA Now. All right, got a few hashtag AJB comments here in the queue, and let's see if we can go through them here one at a time. Again, taking questions from the WFLA Facebook page in the Facebook Live comment section, and we'll take some from the WFLA JB Facebook Live comment section here as well. Tammy Fox, hashtag JB, any update from Dog the Bounty Hunter on his searches? Very, very quiet from Dog the Bounty. Really, overall today, things have been very, very quiet. But it's been a mostly quiet week for Dog the Bounty Hunter. Not too many updates to pass along there, updates of worth for our audience. But we'll keep you posted if we hear anything about some of the things that he's been able to find out there as far as the search here in the Tampa Bay area. Dana Marie Baccarella, hashtag KJB. Can we get info on how much a banner plane costs to do this? I can pass along how much the original flight by the TikTok group was. It's in the area of about $2,500 to fly for about 2 hours. And this effort and the previous effort by, again, Justin on TikTok and a lot of his followers there, how it kind of came together was a lot of Venmo donations. Everybody kind of pooled in. There was one donation for the previous plane that was about $1,100. $1,100 from one person to get this plane or the previous plane, a flight and a message in the air for the Laundrie family airborne. So it just goes to show that there are people out there extremely invested in this story, not just from an intention standpoint, but also from a wallet standpoint. Courtney Range, hashtag AJB. Those of us who donated to the banner here, we have somebody who's claiming to have donated to the banner. So glad to see this. Courtney, I think there's several folks here that have said something similar as far as saying that they donated to and pooled their money together for this. Stephanie Jameson, hashtag AJB. Is there any activity at the reserve today? We have not heard of any significant activity there at the reserve. So let me explain how this works here as far as the Carlton Reserve. The search there is technically ongoing until it isn't. So they could have boots on the ground there today, and it's just very hard for us to see or know about it because it's a 25,000 acre reserve, and it's extremely difficult to spot that from Eagle 8 HD when we have Eagle 8 HD in the air. So there could be activity there today, but they have not ended the search efforts until they actually announce that they have ended the search efforts there. And that's something that we would probably find out from Northport Police or some of the other law enforcement agencies in the area, because they would tell us and indicate to us whether or not they're still assisting the FBI as far as giving them the manpower to get the search done there at Carlton Reserve. Amanda Frazier, hashtag KJB. What do you make of how quiet things have been today? On my Twitter account, I tweeted out a little bit ago that it was eerily quiet here today. There have been micro developments that have been occurring over the last several days here, some bigger than others. Yesterday, of course, Chris Laundrie being at the reserve, that caught a lot of attention. However, today we haven't had those micro developments. It's been really slow here this morning in the Brian Laundrie search and the Gabby Petito story. What do I make of how things have been quiet? It could be just a coincidence. It could just be a coincidence, but let's not forget here, folks, that we are really in now a calendar month into this story being really on our radar, so to speak. So there are going to be slow days. There are going to be days where things occur in the Brian Laundrie search, and then there are going to be things that don't occur in the days where we don't have those updates to share here with you. Today has just been one of those days, but it's 1:47 Eastern. A lot of day left. We don't know if we're going to learn anything new here today, but if we do, we'll of course let you know about it on WFLA.com and the WFLA app. And we'll be here live on WFLA Now, of course, to break down with you guys any developments that occur here in this story. I'm bringing this one in because this is something that a lot of people have asked me. Haley Stir, hashtag KJB, do you think that Chris joining the search was a publicity stunt? I can't say whether or not what the intentions were. I can just say that there have been so many people, myself included, asking the question, why isn't Chris Laundrie involved in the search at Carlton Reserve? Why hasn't there been a public plea for the public to help out and call 1-800-FBI and call 1-800-CALL-FBI and submit tips? Why hasn't there been a more active response from Chris and Roberta Laundrie as to helping to bring their son home safely? most, I think, parents would do everything that they could, whether it's strapping on their boots and wading through the mud, or whether it was standing on their front lawn and saying, please help us bring Brian home. I think any parent would do something. And the fact that they had done nothing for so long raised a lot of eyebrows online. Was this a response? Was Chris Laundrie being out there yesterday in any way, shape, or form just a response to some of the folks out there that have been saying, why aren't they doing more? Well, we likely will know, but let's not forget. Let's go back now. Let's stay rooted in reality here, folks, that this was an assist by Chris Laundrie, according to the attorney, Stephen Bertolino, who said that Chris Laundrie was there to assist law enforcement, to help provide some specifics, being there on the ground at Carlton Reserve, some specifics as to where Brian liked to go, where he liked to hike, where he liked to be. And that's what we know through that one source, and that being attorney Stephen Bertolino. So that's what we know here. So is it a publicity stunt? That's going to be, of course, a question for you to answer online. But there's a lot of folks out there that have been speculating that, why now? Asking that question, myself included. Why yesterday did Chris Laundrie finally head to the Carlton Reserve to assist law enforcement? Why wasn't that done weeks ago? And that could be a question for law enforcement. That could be a question for Stephen Bertolino or the Laundrie family. But the timing of it, of course, was very curious. And I think that a lot of folks were talking about that over the last 24 hours on places like Reddit. Hello to Reddit. A lot of folks on Twitter as well. Tony Monroe, #AJB, just an observation here. It seems as though this whole situation has put a divide with the Laundrie family, but has brought the Petito and Schmidt families closer together. There's no denying that this is very close to the truth. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to listen in whenever management comes into the newsroom to announce some news that was just coming in. I have to listen in for a moment. It's not connected to Brian Laundrie. It's not connected to Gabby Petito. I'm just following some developments here on another story here as well. Yeah, Tony Monroe, one more time here, just an observation. It seems as though this whole situation has put a divide with the Laundrie family, but has brought the Petito and Schmidt families closer together. This is right there with the truth. We have heard, of course, about the major discourse or the major discord within the Laundrie family, particularly from Cassie Laundrie. And we, of course, have seen the co-parenting unit, the 4-parent co-parenting unit of Tara Petito, Joe Petito, Jim Schmidt, and Nicole Schmidt, all of them coming together, doing media appearances together, sitting down together, and not just talking about Gabby, but also about causes and the Gabby Petito Foundation, causes in particular, to bring awareness to how many families out there need help bringing their sons and daughters home or their loved ones home. So there's definitely a unity with the Petito and Schmidt families, and there seems to be a great deal of miscommunication going on between the Laundrie family.